What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check this out. So the Jonathan Majors trial is well underway by now. Lots of evidence has been introduced. People have been examined and cross-examined. I have not been keeping up with all the nitty-gritty, everything that's been going on. I'm kind of playing catch-up right now. So I'm finally reading through this thing. And look, from the get-go, I said, this dude needs to get rid of his attorney. He needs to cut this chick, Priya Chowdhury, loose. He needs to find new counsel. All the mistakes that she was making early on, you know, leaking out text messages, putting all kinds of information out there that, you know, hey, John, you need to get another lawyer because this chick, she's no good for you. And she is ruining this case for you even before it begins. Jonathan Majors' attorney blames Marvel star's domestic violence charges on the racial bias that permeates the criminal justice system. I don't know. I said from the very beginning that this guy's attorney is a fool. Okay, John, you got to get better representation. Okay, all right, representation matters. All right, it absolutely matters in this situation. This chick is absolutely blowing it. Okay, she is blowing your case. I guarantee you, a better attorney could have did a better job than this. She's already throwing in the race card, y'all. This chick she's over her skis, okay? I said that when she released them text messages. I'm like, why is this chick releasing the text messages that makes this man look guilty? I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening here. See, when you are on the trial for your career, you need to have competent people working for you. You have to have people that say, they look at the evidence and they're like, you know what? This is good. This is bad. Let's weigh this out. Do we even want to go to court? Or do we want to try to plead to a lesser charge? You heard me say that. Or, you know, hey, we got enough. Let's just go ahead and fight this thing. We believe we can win, you know, but you have to have competent people working for you. So check this out. All right. This is what Megan Cuniff said. This was on December 8th. Wow. Huge blunder by Jonathan Majors' attorney in her cross of Grace Jabbari. She made it so texts that Majors sent to Jabbari months earlier, imploring her not to go to the hospital for a head injury, even if you do lie, could be entered as evidence. That's absolutely stunning. But again, this is what happens when you have incompetence working for you, all right? Incompetence. Yeah, because she was responding to this. Jonathan Majors had dissuaded his ex from going to the doctor, unsealed text show. So they had these text messages sealed up. The judge had already declared, nah, you can't enter this into evidence. All right. The judge had made a ruling. You can't enter this into evidence because it's dealing with something prior. However, because of this lawyer and her incompetence, you know, she basically opened it up. So now we can admit this information into evidence. And that's exactly what's happening now. So now, of course, we go back to this Forbes article. They're just coming out. Look, Disney needs to get rid of this guy, or Kang just needs to be cut from the MCU altogether. All right, because this guy is either going to jail, or even if he somehow skates away scot-free, his reputation is complete trash right now. Jonathan Majors, his reputation is over. It doesn't even matter really what the outcome of the case is when it comes to his career in Hollywood. Right now, who would want to touch Jonathan Majors based on where everything is at? Like I said before, this dude is hot lava. You know, Jonathan Majors is hot lava. I don't want to touch this. All right, I'm staying all the way away from this cat. It is absolutely ridiculous. But again, when you're on trial like this, when you are fighting for your career, you're fighting for your freedom, you need to have the best possible representation. You can't have idiots like Priya Chowdhury out here just completely destroying your life. I mean, I said this months ago, but he never made a move. You know, I guess he couldn't see the writing on the wall, and he let this woman get out there and get this damning evidence admitted on the public record. So now everybody knows it. Everybody knows what happened. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let's go ahead and check this article out. It says, while Jonathan Majors lost all manner of roles and agents and ad campaigns in the wake of accusations of domestic violence that now have him facing charges, Disney has continued to stick by him, presumably because he is the linchpin of the entire current phase of the MCU, playing multiple variants of Kang, the universe's current big bad. But things have now reached a point where it should be impossible for Disney to continue working with Majors in wake of what's continually coming out about his behavior. This Friday, in his domestic violence case, text messages previously inadmissible, but now read to the jury in the case, reveal Majors to be advising his girlfriend, his then girlfriend, accuser Grace Jabbari, not to go to the hospital after he gave her a head injury, even if she lied about what happened. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. See, this is the kind of stuff that, the abuse that people say, happens, it doesn't happen. It's a lot of it's real, okay? A lot of it's real. And again, I was saying back then, the fact that everybody just pulled the plug and ran from this dude as fast as humanly possible, like as soon as the accusations were out, they were like, oh, shoot, we done. All right, hey, pack it up, we out of here. We're done dealing with this guy. That told me that there was already a hint that maybe there was something going on with this cat. But, it's like, all right, man, well, nothing's come out yet. So, let's stick with him. All his, advertiser and the management company, his PR firm, like everybody jumped ship and bailed out on this guy. And again, that's, I know people want to believe in the innocence until proven guilty. And I'm one of those cats, okay? I absolutely believe in innocence until proven guilty. But there's always those telltale signs. It's like, why is everybody like running like rats from a fleeing ship right now? Why is everybody abandoning ship on this guy? Except Disney. They were like the only ones that didn't just cut bait and run. And it's like, why is this happening? And it's happening in droves. He was losing gigs. He was losing movies. He lost the U.S. Army ad. He lost a couple of movie roles. He lost so much, and his management team and his PR team. The only thing he didn't lose was his agent. I think his agency that kind of managed his career. He didn't lose that. And he didn't lose Kang. That was pretty much it. And then Disney, as the trial got underway, Disney said, we're going to take this, Magazine Dreams movie, and we're going to put that on the shelf. All right. We'll see what happens with that. But that movie was supposed to be coming out right around now. That might have been a good movie to come out because there ain't really nothing else out in theaters, to challenge in the box office. So that would have been a good idea to have that cut. No. Put that up there on the shelf. We're going to tuck that nice in the way, and we'll see what happens with this trial. So yeah, man, it's just getting absolutely crazy. I think this dude's career might be over, or at least over for a good long period of time, like maybe a few years. I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. Majors texted Jabbari in September of 2022. They will ask you questions. And as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation, even if you do lie and they suspect something. This dude was manipulating the hell out of this chick, I mean, the absolute wild text message to send to somebody, man, when they're hurt and injured. Like, hey, don't go to the hospital. Yeah, I know you're bleeding from the head. Hey, don't go to the hospital, okay? You might have a concussion. You might be like, seriously injured. Don't go to the hospital, because, they might check into what happened, I mean, that's absolutely unconscionable, isn't it? This cat gotta be, I'm sorry, man. It's disgusting behavior. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's disgusting behavior, all right? For anybody of any race, creed, sex, whatever, to try to manipulate somebody to not go to the hospital when they've just given them a head injury because they're afraid for themselves. He had no concern at all for her well-being. Fuck you. I don't care if you might have a concussion. Maybe you might be dying, I'm not worried about that, No, don't go get checked out. Just stay home and don't do nothing. It's ridiculous, man. Then Jabbari, who could not get through reading her full message without crying, and a prosecutor had to take over. I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? That's crazy stuff right there, man. Craziness, man. Jonathan Majors, his career is probably done at this point. If that's what he's texting this chick, and that's what he's trying to get. His career is probably over at this point. This is now evidence on the record, and regardless of the trial's outcome, it's impossible to understand why Disney would continue to stand by Majors at this point instead of just cutting him loose from the MCU, where incidentally, this all happened during or after Majors had already been filming for as Kang for Loki and Quantumania, which began in 2021. And this is not the only woman who has come forward alleging this kind of behavior from Majors. Are they going to sit around and wait to see if actual prison time prevents him from filming? I mean, that's what I was saying. This guy, regardless of what happens with this trial, innocent, not guilty, whatever, this cat is not going to be able to get his career back. Not in the same fashion. He's going to have to go through years and years and years of rehabilitation. You know, this is worse than like what happened with Will Smith, in my opinion. You know, the Will Smith situation where his career was kind of put on pause and people started canceling stuff or delaying stuff and everything because of what happened with him and Chris Rock. This is like 10 times worse because this guy, he seems like an abusive, manipulative person. And who wants to deal with that? What company would want to sign on with this actor right now, Jonathan Majors? I think his career is, again, not done. There's always a comeback, but I don't think people are going to want to mess with this cat for a long, long time. You know, it's going to take some years for everybody to get over this one. While separate from all of this, Majors' performance as Kang has been praised. It doesn't matter. He has to go. And even diehard Marvel fans agree that it would be extremely easy to replace him, given that the entire point of his character is that he has many different forms across a number of universes, and on and on and on. Yeah, he should not be anywhere near the MCU at this point. Yeah, I mean, that's he shouldn't be anywhere around Hollywood. I don't think anybody's going to bring this guy in. I think his career is absolutely done based on the evidence there. And again, it goes all the way back to his lawyer. Like I said, regardless of what happened, the circumstances, his lawyer is a bumbling idiot. And, you know, he's a disgusting, despicable human being. And maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that, hey, he had an idiot for a lawyer, you know, that couldn't save his career. And now all of the evidence is out. Everybody knows the cards are all on the table. Everybody knows what kind of person this guy is. Everybody knows who they're dealing with when it comes to Jonathan Majors. Nobody's fooled anymore, you know? So maybe, you know, maybe Pryor Chowdhury's like, nah, we got this, you know. Maybe secretly Pryor Chowdhury is, you know, trying to make sure that this guy goes down for good. So she wanted to make sure that this dude, under any circumstance, she was pretending like she was working for him. But you notice, like, this entire time, she's like this incompetent lawyer. She's just laying out the evidence. Now, you know, in the course of this video, I'm changing my mind. Maybe Pryor Chowdhury is the good guy in this situation. She wants to make sure that this dude goes all the way down and he loses his career for what was going down with him and Grace. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, because her incompetence, you know, maybe it's disguised as some low-key genius, you know. Say, oh, yeah, John, don't hire nobody else. I'm your lawyer, okay? We got this. Don't even worry about it. The whole time behind the back, she's like, yeah, we're going to take care of this guy. Don't worry, Grace. We got him. All right. And I'm going to get this evidence admitted, and then you're going to read it, and then you're going to cry. Who knows, man? It's Hollywood, baby, you know. But, I mean, you know, all joking aside, I think that Jonathan Majors is done. I think he's absolutely done. And there's no chance of any resurrected career, at least for the next 5 years, after all of this evidence is out. You know, regardless of this outcome of this trial, he could be completely found not guilty of abusing this person, although I don't think that's going to happen. But he could be found not guilty. All right, we still got to see how the trial comes out. So we'll see what happens with this. But you guys let me know what you think about Jonathan Majors. Is his career over? Because it seems like it. All right, it seems like his career is absolutely over at this point, and there's no coming back from this. At least, again, not for a few years. You know, he's going to have to sit on the shelf. And people are going to have to, you know, say, hey, man, do we really want this guy coming back? And he's going to have to do a whole lot of mea culpas, okay? He's going to have to do a whole lot of big apology tour if this goes down like this. Even if guilty or not guilty, regardless of the circumstances of what happens with this trial, he's going to have to go and figure this thing out. And it's going to be a long road back. All right, but you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.